Hello everybody, this is your girl Pamela D. This video going to hit late on social platforms, but it's just a little nice little conversation I like to have with everybody because as I deal with some new things I like to share, and then I also like to talk about strategies to break cycles, right? So I was driving down the street and then I was thinking and reflecting on what my day was like, and I thought about how people, young and old, have the mindset of self-sabotaging, self-sabotaging. They have this mindset. Some people don't know that they do it. Some people know that they do it, but they just need you to be the dumping ground and hear what they have to say. Look here, y'all. I am here to give y'all some tips on how you can help a person break the cycle, break the behavior, break the pattern of self-sabotaging, right? And hopefully you'll be blessed by this, okay? I got a little sinus stuff going on. It is my allergy season, so you may see me wipe a little bit, but excuse me, okay? All right. I wrote down some stuff that was coming to mind as I was pondering on this that I want to share, and I did not want to leave out or forget. So I had to come home and look up what is self. I know what self-sabotaging is by my definition, but I really wanted to know uh, how to approach it. And I had to do some homework on that, right? And knowing different ways to address it. Because I deal with young people that does it. I deal with coworkers that does it. I have family members that does it. I have associates that does it, right? So here it is. Children, you name it. It's all around us, okay? When I thought about the process, first of all, it's a transforming process. You're transforming from one way to another. Um, and sometimes people get stuck there. In order to bring people out of that behavior, it may requires a combination of empathy, self-awareness, and practical tools to help that person come out of that mindset and reach their full potential or purpose, right? And so I thought about it. I said, well, how would I address this with someone? Well, first of all, you have to have a relationship with a person, right? You have to build a trust relationship and rapport so that when they receive this information from you, they are able to dissect it and take it to heart and make change, right? So that's that. A lot of people get trapped into this self-sabotaging behavior because of insecurities, fears, right? Um, and it's important that we create a safe space and practice active listening when a person does that, because what you're going to find yourself doing is really getting to the root cause of why they do this, and then you'll be able to help them, right? Um, I can tell you there is three things off the top of my head that I can remember talking to these young people that I pull from their conversation about self-sabotaging behaviors. Some kids and some people operate off of fear of failure, fear of success, and believe that they don't deserve to do better or be better, right? And so what I do is I often turn that talk into from negative self-talk to positive self-talk. That's a skill. That's something you have to develop. By nature, we're always saying what we can't do, unable to do, stuff like that. But if we teach ourselves positive words of I can be that, I can do that, I can possess that, it belongs to me, I will walk into that vision, that dream. If we start saying these things, we will see some results in our behavior. We'll be more of a go-getter. We're not going to accept no, things of that nature. Sometimes we make big goals for ourselves, right? And then as soon as we get to a certain spot or hiccup, we self-sabotage because we're afraid of achieving. So you want to always set small goals, achieve them, recognize the wins. You may be accountability partner for somebody like this, where you say, "Girl, I see you. You don't be crying and whining about something you can't do. Girl, I noticed this about you. Something different. Okay, I'm liking the new you." Accountability partners are important. Emotional regulation, coping with strategies in regards to um, teaching a different mindset, right? Managing your stress. These are things that help develop self-sabotaging behaviors. And so when you recognize stress or feeling overwhelmed or other triggers, then you can do better, right? You do better. Accountability and responsibility, developing that, own it. Ownership, simple as that. Ownership. You know, I am the reason for why I am not here or there. I am the reason why I'm not an entrepreneur. I am the reason why I should be further in life than where I am. I'm the reason, not no one else. So eliminating the blame game. Okay? Self-reflection, like I just said, stop at the end of the day. Before you go to bed, stop and look back over your day. See where you came short. See where you can improve. Those kind of things is so important. Empower people to take a risk. Don't always do the same stuff over and over again. I'm not a risk taker, y'all. So, but I have learned to start taking risks. But it better make sense if I do it. I'm here to tell you, it needs to make sense, or I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. I like to know where I'm going. I like to see what's happening. I am a plan A, B, C. And if it look too funny, I might have a plan D. Okay? That's who I am. So people like, take a risk, girl. It ain't going to hurt. If you fail at it, get back up and try again. I'm like, Lord, I had a fear of failure. So there are certain things I will pass up and be like, go ahead, rock that out. No, I'll pass this time because I didn't like failure, right? So you got people out here like that. Maintaining ongoing support. You be the accountability partner and the support that person may need, right? Continue to encourage them to change the mindset. You change your mindset, you change your behavior. Simple, right? There are some questions I wrote down that you can ask, and I did this today and practiced this today with a couple of youth that I saw. You can ask them, what's the first thing that comes to mind? What do you think about your goals? What are your fears? And doubts and things of that nature. When are you thinking? What are you thinking about being successful? How you receive that? How do you feel about being successful? Those are some of the questions you can ask people so they can start thinking. Okay, you asking these questions, I really need to take in consideration. Give them examples of what you're talking about, right? That mindset has to shift. How do you know that the mindset of a self-sabotager is shifting? Is when they say, I always fail when I try, to where saying I could do better, right? Or they'll say failure is part of, you can tell them failure is part of the learning process. You can also talk about, they may say, well, I don't deserve success or the opportunity. And you can say, yes, you are worth the success and the opportunity. Let's possess the success, right? Something like that. Also, I'm shifting, how do a person recognize that they are a self-sabotager? So I hope I'm helping somebody, right? First of all, when you're a procrastinator, you know you self-sabotage. You avoiding, okay? Stop avoiding. Negative talks, perfectionism. I was that person. Everything had to be perfect. And I had to learn that it's okay if it's not perfect. But I didn't learn that stuff, y'all, till I got older. I thought I had to be perfect. I think I had to. I was a people pleaser. People needed to be proud of me, so I worked extra hard. I set unrealistic standards and goals for myself. Stuff like that. And I beat myself up when I couldn't accomplish them. No, you know, make it make sense. Um, I had the imposter syndrome. And you may look at me like, what's the imposter syndrome? Well, that is feeling that I don't deserve to achieve certain things. I don't deserve the good things. I don't deserve to have the good life. I don't deserve to dress the best, drive the best, live the best, things of that nature. Okay? Um, I see kids sometimes practice self-destructive behaviors, and I'm like, why do you self-destruct? Why you put yourself in a box of repeating behaviors that you know gonna land you in prison, adult prison? Oh no, oh no, and I just be picking their brain. Yes, you do know. Why do you do it? Because that's what they was introduced to. That's all they know, right? So I can pour into them 6 months when they are in programming, but when they get back out and return back to that very environment that has promoted self-destruction, they gonna fall right back into the behaviors again. Let me tell you something my granddaddy used to say. He used to say, hey, you see that pig out there? Yes. That pig is dirty. Yeah. Is he playing in the mud? Yeah, he's dirty. He said, now, you could go get that pig out of the mud and clean him up, wash him up, put a bowl, clean. But soon as that pig see the next mud pile, they going to run and jump into it. Now, why do you think they do that? Oh, Granddaddy, I don't know. Because they go back to what they're familiar with and what they're comfortable with or in, if that makes sense. In other words, you could bring a person to a certain place where they start believing in themselves, they can process, they can strategically map out a plan to change. But if they go right back doing the same thing that get them caught up, that is called self-destructive behavior. People often is fearful of the unknown, so they like to stay with things that they're familiar with, right? That was like that risk taker that I was talking about earlier. Well, let me move on. Sometimes a self-sabotage person overthinks, they overplan, yeah, they self-isolate, like, I don't want to go around family and friends, I don't want to be vulnerable. What's another one? Rejection. I don't want to be judged by people. So they self-isolate, right? So just supporting them and encouraging them to receive feedback is going to be major. And sometimes people don't want the feedback. They resist it. They avoid it, right? So understand that too. Just don't give up on them. Another piece, staying in unhealthy situations or relationships, self-sabotaging. This is not an all and in situation. You could be in something so unhealthy where that's all you know. You can't see the sun for the forest, and you just stay in these situations and you never fulfill your purpose. Okay? Inability to say no. I was hurt. I did not want to say no because I didn't want people to get mad at me. I was drained, defeated, tired, crying, disgusted, and busted. But I learned the spirit of no, and it feels so good. It's in my vocabulary. Let it become yours. Self-doubt. When you have self-doubt, there's you're executing hesitation. You have to break these chains, you all. And then, like, giving up easily. Like, girl, I done tried once. I ain't finna try again. Look, get that to somebody else. Leave me alone. They don't ever want to, if I fall, shake the dust off and try again. They don't want to do none of that. So what do? Right? You cannot keep doing the same thing and want new results. It's insane. Don't do that. Let me see. What was another one that I had in there? I think that's it. See, that's it. So I just want to share that with you tonight and just hope that you all understand in this season, if there's a need to shift in any area of your life, embrace it. If you're tired of staying in the same situation and circumstances, change it. Get with someone that you trust that's not going to judge you, but is going to encourage you and push you to change. All right? So I hope you are blessed and have a good night. Talk to you soon.